Hey, beautiful souls. Welcome back to Cosmic Blueprint Astrology. I'm Sino, and today we're diving deep into one of the most dynamic and intellectually stimulating areas of your birth chart, the third house. If you've ever wondered why some people are natural communicators, why certain siblings have such different relationships, or how your mind processes and shares information with the world, this video is for you. The third house is often called the house of communication, but it's so much more than just how you talk. It's your mental operating system, your relationship with learning, and the bridge between your inner world and your immediate environment. So grab your birth chart and let's explore this fascinating realm together. So, what is the third house? So the third house sits in the lower hemisphere of your chart and it governs everything related to your immediate environment and how you mentally engage with it. Think of it as your personal information highway. It's how thoughts, ideas, and communication flow in and out of your life. Traditionally, it's ruled by Mercury and associated with the sign of Gemini. The third house is all about mental agility, curiosity, and connection. But here's what makes it truly fascinating. It's not just about what you think, but how you learn, and share those thoughts with others. This house covers several key life areas. So, your communication style and preferences, your relationship with siblings and close relatives, your approach to learning and education, short distance travel and your immediate neighborhood, writing, speaking, and all forms of information exchange, and your mental processes and thought patterns. Let's start with communication, since this is what the third house is most famous for. But we're not just talking about whether you're chatty or quiet, though that's part of it. The third house reveals your unique communication blueprints. If you have planets in the third house, pay close attention. The sun here might make you a natural storyteller or teacher. Mercury here, and this is Mercury's favorite house, creates someone who thinks quickly, loves to learn, and probably has a talent for languages or writing. Venus in the third house often indicates a smooth, diplomatic communication style, while Mars here might make you more direct, passionate, or even argumentative in your speech. But it's not just about the planets. The sign on your third house cusp tells us about your communication style too. Aries on the third house cusp, you probably speak quickly and get straight to the point. Cancer there, you might be more emotionally intuitive in your communication, picking up on subtleties others miss. And Capricorn, your communication is likely structured, authoritative, and focused on practical outcomes. Here's something really interesting about the third house. It's traditionally associated with siblings, and there's deep wisdom in this ancient connection. Your siblings, especially those close in age, were likely your first peers, your first experience of communication and competition outside your parents. The third house can reveal patterns in these relationships. Challenging aspects to third house planets might indicate early communication struggles or competitive dynamics with siblings. Harmonious aspects often show supportive, communicative relationships that help shape your social skills. But even if you don't have siblings, this house still matters. It represents your relationship with peer level connections, so cousins, neighbors, classmates, anyone who was part of your early social learning environment. One of my favorite things about the third house is how it reveals your natural learning style. This isn't about how smart you are, that's more Jupiter and Mercury overall, but how your mind prefers to absorb and process information. Fire signs on the third house cusp often learn best through action and experience. They might be the type who learns to drive by just getting behind the wheel, or who understands concepts by jumping right in and figuring it out as they go. Earth signs here typically prefer structured, practical learning. They want to see how information applies to real life, and they often learn best through repetition and hands-on practice. Air signs on the third house cusp are your natural students. They love gathering information from multiple sources, comparing ideas, and learning through discussion and debate. And water signs here often learn intuitively, picking up on emotional undercurrents and learning best when they can connect emotionally to the material. The third house also governs your immediate environment, your neighborhood, short trips, and daily movement through your local area. This might seem random, but it's actually quite logical. These are the spaces where you practice your communication skills, where you encounter the everyday exchanges that shape how you interact with the world. Some people with strong third house emphasis love to explore their local area, know all the best coffee shops and shortcuts, and feel energized by the buzz of their immediate community. Others might feel more disconnected from their neighborhood, preferring to focus their mental energy elsewhere. Your relationship with short distance travel is also third house territory. So, do you love day trips and quick getaways? Do you get restless staying in one place too long? Or do you prefer to go deep rather than broad, staying put and really getting to know one area well? Your third house can give you clues. Here's where the third house gets really personal. It's about your mental landscape, your thought patterns, and how your mind naturally wants to engage with information. This house shows us your intellectual curiosity and what kinds of mental stimulation you need to feel alive. A strong third house often indicates someone who needs variety in their thinking. They might be the type who has multiple books going at once, who loves podcasts and audiobooks, who gets energized by learning new things. They are mental multitaskers and they need that stimulation. If your third house is less emphasized, you might prefer to go deeper rather than broader in your thinking. You might focus intensely on one subject at a time, or prefer contemplative, reflective mental processes over rapid information exchange. Like every house, the third house comes with both potential challenges and incredible gifts. Let's talk about both because understanding the full spectrum helps you work with your chart more consciously. So, common third house challenges might include scattered thinking or difficulty focusing, communication misunderstandings or conflicts, restlessness or mental anxiety, difficulty with formal education systems, strained sibling or peer relationships, and information overload. But here are the incredible gifts of a well-developed third house. So, natural teaching and communication abilities, quick wit and mental agility, adaptability and versatility, strong networking and social connection skills, love of learning that keeps you forever young, and the ability to bridge different groups and ideas. Let's talk about what it means when you have planets visiting your third house. Each planet brings its own energy to your communication and learning style. Sun in the third house, you shine through communication. Teaching, writing, speaking, or any form of information sharing could be central to your life purpose. You probably have a strong relationship with siblings or the local community. Moon in the third house, your emotional nature is tied to communication and learning. You might be a very intuitive communicator, and your relationship with siblings could be emotionally significant. You probably learn best when you feel emotionally connected to the material. Mercury in the third house, This is Mercury at home. You're likely a natural communicator with a quick, agile mind. Writing, speaking, teaching, or working with information could be natural talents. You probably learned to read early and have always loved books, conversations, or mental puzzles. Venus in the third house. You have a gift for diplomatic, harmonious communication. You might be naturally charming in your speech with a talent for making others feel heard and appreciated. Artistic communication, so writing poetry, beautiful speech, could be talents. Mars in the third house. You communicate with passion and directness. You might be quick to speak up, competitive in debates, or energized by intellectual challenges. Watch for impatience or argumentative tendencies, but channel that mental energy into productive action. Jupiter in the third house, you're an eternal student with an optimistic, expansive approach to learning and communication. Teaching, publishing, or international communication could be important themes. You probably have a philosophical bent to your everyday conversations. Saturn in the third house, you take communication and learning seriously. You might have faced early challenges with speech, learning, or sibling relationships, but these experiences often lead to great wisdom and authority in these areas later in life. Uranus in the third house. Your mind works in unique, innovative ways. You might be ahead of your time in your thinking, drawn to technology or unusual subjects. Your communication style is probably distinctive and original. Neptune in the third house. You have an intuitive, imaginative approach to communication and learning. You might be naturally psychic in your communication, picking up on unspoken messages. Artistic or spiritual forms of expression could be important. Pluto in the third house. Your communication has transformative power. You might be drawn to deep psychological subjects or have intense relationships with siblings. Your words and ideas can profoundly impact others. Let's quickly run through what it means to have each sign ruling your third house. So Aries, it's direct, quick communication. You speak your mind and prefer honest, straightforward exchanges. You might learn best through action and hands-on experience. Taurus, steady, practical communication. You prefer conversations that lead to tangible outcomes. Your learning style is methodical and you like to really understand things before moving on. Gemini, this is the natural ruler, so you're probably mentally agile, curious, and versatile in your communication. You love variety in your learning and might have multiple interests going at once. Cancer, so emotionally intelligent communication. You pick up on feelings and subtext. Your learning is enhanced when you feel emotionally connected to the material or teacher. Leo, dramatic, creative communication. You might be a natural storyteller or performer. Your learning style benefits from creative expression and positive reinforcement. Virgo, precise, analytical communication. You pay attention to details others might miss. Your learning style is methodical and you excel at organizing and categorizing information. Libra, so diplomatic, harmonious communication. You're skilled at seeing multiple perspectives and facilitating understanding between others. You learn best in collaborative environments. Scorpio, intense, penetrating communication. You're drawn to deep, meaningful conversations and might have little patience for small talk. Your learning digs below the surface. Sagittarius, so philosophical, expansive communication. You love sharing ideas and might be naturally drawn to teaching or publishing. Your learning style is broad and interconnected. Capricorn, authoritative, structured communication. You prefer practical, goal-oriented conversations. Your learning style is disciplined and focused on mastery. Aquarius, unique, innovative communication. You might have unusual perspectives or be ahead of your time in thinking. You learn best when you can experiment and explore freely. And Pisces, intuitive, imaginative communication. You might communicate more through feeling and imagery than through linear logic. Your learning is enhanced by inspiration and emotional connection. Understanding your third house is just the beginning. The real magic happens when you consciously work with its energy. So here are some ways to honor and develop your third house. If your third house is prominent, make sure you're getting enough mental stimulation. Take classes, read broadly, engage in conversations that challenge you. Consider careers or hobbies that involve teaching, writing, or communication. Honor your need for variety and intellectual freedom. If your third house is less emphasized, focus on quality over quantity in your learning and communication. Practice mindful communication, really listening and speaking with intention. Don't feel pressured to be the most talkative person in the room. And for everyone, pay attention to your daily mental diet. Just like you choose what to feed your body, consciously choose what you feed your mind. Notice how different types of information, conversations, and media affect your mental state. The third house is truly one of the most personal areas of your charts because it's operating every single day. Every conversation you have, every piece of information you absorb, and every interaction with your immediate environment is your third house in action. So take a moment to look at your own third house. What sign is on the cusp? Do you have any planets there? How does this information help you understand your own communication style, learning preferences, and relationship with your mental environment? Remember, there's no right or wrong way to have a third house. Whether you're a rapid-fire communicator who loves debates or a quiet observer who prefers written expression, whether you're a lifelong learner who changes interests frequently or someone who goes deep into specialized knowledge, honor your unique mental blueprint. Your third house is your gift to the world. It's how you contribute to the great human conversation, how you share your unique perspective, and how you connect with others through the beautiful, complex dance of communication and learning. Thanks for joining me today on Cosmic Blueprint Astrology. If this resonated with you, please like, subscribe, and share your third house experiences in the comments. Next, we'll be exploring the fourth house, the foundation of your charts and your deepest emotional roots. So until then, pay attention to your third house in action. Notice how you communicate, what stimulates your mind, and how you naturally want to learn and share information. Thank you so much for listening to this video, and I'll see you in the next one, beautiful souls.